Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Suburban Rifleman. It's been a couple of weeks at this point. The weather's been really kind of crazy. We're supposed to be getting a big ice storm tonight. I was going to drive over and visit my mom and dad today and go shooting at my dad's club and produce a couple of videos. But with this big ice storm that's coming in and hitting the East Coast tonight, I didn't want to have to be driving an hour plus back home on icy roads. And I had to take my wife to work today so that I can pick her up tonight in the ice. So I just kind of ran out of time. But I wanted to do a little bit of shooting. And just now the wind is picking up, so hopefully there isn't any wind noise. I didn't bring mics or anything like that. I just wanted to do something quick. But some of you, no doubt, have been following the odyssey of my Smith and Wesson 629. I just bought this right around Christmas time. I guess it was sort of a Christmas present to myself. And I had mechanical issues with it. The first time I took it out to the range, it locked up on me. I sent it back to Springfield. They remedied that situation and sent it back to me. And I reported on that a couple of weeks ago. But I also reported that everything was perfect now. Except it's not. I was just looking at this gun yesterday in preparation for bringing it out and finally shooting it. And I've discovered that we now have a timing issue on one chamber in the cylinder. And that timing issue didn't exist before I sent it back to Smith and Wesson the first time. It's not really serious. I have marked the chamber with a Sharpie paint marker, not a regular permanent black marker, but an actual paint marker. And if I set that as the next cylinder and I cock the hammer ever so slowly, I don't know if you'll have noticed or not, but there wasn't that second click, or actually the first click of the cylinder stop going into the notch. Now when I rotate the cylinder ever so slightly, it locks in. So this is not a massive timing issue, but it shouldn't exist at all on a brand new revolver. If this had been a competition revolver that I was shooting for 20 years and I have tens of thousands of rounds through it, and it was now exhibiting this sort of situation, I'd go, it happens. Maybe it's time to fit a new hand. I know some people are going to say, send it back to Smith and Wesson. If anybody sees this video and comments on it, they're probably going to say, send it back to Smith and Wesson. Make them make it right. But it already went in for a timing issue. And it came back with a different timing issue. And I really don't want to lose the use of the revolver for several weeks. So we'll see how everything goes. I'm out here to shoot it today. I will say, under normal operating conditions, when you cock it briskly as you would at the range, it does, as Smith and Wesson puts it in their parlance, it does carry up, which is their sort of fancy company lingo for the momentum of the cylinder causes it to lock. So I don't think it's a problem. I do have the problem chamber marked. So I'm going to start off. I'm not even going to start off with loading 5 chambers. I'm going to load all 6 chambers, and I'm going to shoot it single action. I've just got a paper target set up here at 7 yards. This is not meant to be a fancy, long, involved video. I just want to make sure that the gun is working, and I want to finally see if, in fact, it actually can hit something. I have with me some 44 Magnum loads. These are not 44 special loads. They're in 44 Magnum cases. And they're not constructed using 44 special load data. These are Magnum loads, but they're starting Magnum loads. These are quite light. These are on the very light end of the 44 Magnum spectrum. So anyway, I'm going to put my hearing protection on, and we're going to do a little bit of shooting. And of course, then I'll show you the target, and we'll see how this thing shoots. I'm pretty sure it's going to be okay, although I'm a little bit ticked off at the problem that we're having here, but let's see how it goes. Unfortunately, it's rather cold out here, and I've got to take my hat off to get my hearing protection working properly. I want to get a good seal. I am deaf enough already. So here we go. I have my ammo in pretty standard HKS speed loaders, which I'm fumbling because my hands are cold. All right, here we go. Am I in frame? I am. All right, here we go. She's locked up. That is not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I don't want to lose my brass. Not too shabby at all. Now, let's put another 6 rounds through. And see how that goes. I'll move the camera around behind me so you can see me shooting from behind. All right, 6 more rounds. Here we go. Oh, I only had one thumbtack, so I may have to take breaks as my target shifts in the wind here. Here we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. And she hasn't locked up on me at all yet. I don't see any evidence of metal shaving. I don't see any evidence of misalignment with the barrel. We'll put one more cylinder through it. 18 rounds is probably enough 44 Magnum for one day. I'll fire this cylinder in double action because I think when I had trouble last time, it's when I switched over from single action to double action. Here we go. Everything seems to be working fine, so that's not too terribly shabby at 7 yards. Obviously, the center of my group is a little low left, so I'm going to have to bring that up and over a little bit, but overall, I'm pretty happy with that. Interestingly, these were mostly double action shots. And most of my single action shooting was going further down into the left. So I'm actually pretty happy with the accuracy, just shooting offhand outdoors in the cold at a target that was kind of blowing around in the wind. This was not meant to be an in-depth long video. I just wanted to see if this thing was working, even though it's not really working. It does seem to be shooting fine. And I'm going to take it home, check it out again, see if anything's changed. And I'm going to have to come to a decision about whether or not I want to send this thing back or continue messing around with it a little bit, or maybe buying an oversized hand and fitting it myself rather than letting somebody at Smith and Wesson, who apparently doesn't care about my revolver, to work on it. So whatever I decide, I'll definitely make another video about that. And I hope to catch you all on the next one. Later, guys.